Hello ladies, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to you. Today I'm going to be starting a 5-element challenge in which one of my partners sent me 5 elements in order to make a junk journal page. So I'll start off by showing you the 5 elements that I received. There's a page of paper. There's a beautiful napkin, or serviettes I call them here, and with the napkin you get 4 goes at it because it's the same pattern repeated 4 times. There's a sheet of music paper, there's some lace, and there's a small picture, and I think that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes, so that's my 5 elements, and I like those very much. Thank you, Anne Ashmore, for sending me those. This is the journal that I've decided to add them to. It's not finished. I've been working on it for quite a while, on and off, as you do. It's going to be a nature journal, so I thought when I got those lovely purple butterflies that it would be perfect for this journal. So pages go in and out of this journal as I go along, but I think, where did I start? Now I can't find the page. I did have a blank page somewhere. There it is. So I'm going to start, and this is very much a work in progress. You know, I could change my mind. Who knows? So I've separated the napkin. And the easiest way I find to do that is with a little bit of sellotape. I'll show you how I did it. First of all, I cut the piece that I wanted. It's in 3 layers. Then I take a little bit of sellotape and I attach that to the corner like so. And then you can just put it off like that. I've got 2 layers coming off here, which is even better. And then that I can use to mop up messes. So that gives me my very flimsy piece of napkin. Now at this stage I'm going to transfer this part of the napkin to the top of the page there. So to do that, I've got a little egg cup of water. It's going to move the journal in a minute. And a paintbrush. And I'm going to draw around the shapes that I want. And you'll see why in a minute. So I'm just drawing around it with the water. In a sort of fairly wiggly line. And then you can see where I've drawn around it. I carefully separate it. Like so. So that's the piece that I'm going to be working with. And now I'm going to attach that piece to the journal page. There. And I'm going to do that with Mod Podge. So with a pencil, I'm just going to make a little bit of a mark. Like so. Here's my Mod Podge, which I've watered down quite a bit because it is rather thick. If you put some film on the top, then it makes the top a lot easier to take off. And I like the smell of this. And then with the paintbrush, I'm going to just put the Mod Podge on that shape. See, I've made it quite drippy. You don't have to make the whole tub like that thickness, but it does just pour some off into another container. So this is the previous Mod Podge, and the new one is still in its thick state because you do need it like that for other things. I just about see my pencil line. It's not crucial. And now I'm going to just put this carefully onto the page, like so. And then I'm going to put some more Mod Podge over the top to hold it down. Like so. Now it's going to dry, of course. While it's drying, I'm going to make a tag. But during the drying stage, it does go through a crinkly phase, and it's best just to leave it and let it get on with it. If you start scrubbing around it, then you can reattach it later at great cost. So we'll leave that to get on with its thing, and I'll get on with making a tag. To make a simple pocket, I'm going to take the piece of paper, which is blank on the back, and I'm going to carefully tear it on the diagonal. Like so. That's going to make a pocket, and then with the Distress ink Gathered Twigs, that's my favourite, I'm going to darken the edges. Go all round. Like so. butterfly is drying, I can be doing this. And I shall make a pocket there, so it's not obscuring the butterfly, and it will hold quite a bit. So I'll put glue on there. I always hold the side that I don't want to stick, because that stops me putting the glue where I don't want it. And now that needs to dry. I'm going to put the corresponding piece of paper onto the opposite page, like so, which will balance this page nicely when it's done. And I've added another piece of the napkin onto there, so we've got balance. Just got to stick that on. At this stage you have to remember that you're going to be sewing down that crease, so you don't want to push it right up into the crease. You need to leave just a little bit shy of it. So that's how it's going to be with the two pockets. So I'll let those dry and I'll be back shortly. I've cut the piece of music paper into two so I can make two tags. And with the first one, I'm going to use this piece of tracing paper, which I copied from the other piece of paper that I made the pockets with. So I'm now going to stick some glue on this side. And I'm going to stick this down on top. Third time lucky. I think that's going to look rather nice. Once it's dried. So here is the first tag. I've mounted it on some cream coloured cardstock and sewn all around the edge to make sure it doesn't come off, and then I've inked the edges with the gathered twigs ink, and now I'm going to put half the butterfly on this tag. This tag is going to go on this side of the page, and it's going to fit in the pocket like that. So I want to make sure that the butterfly, where is it? That the butterfly is on the bit that you can see as much as possible, or to the best effect. So it might be halfway down, or it might be further up. So it's a good idea to try it first, and also try the other half to see which looks the best. On top of that, I'm going to put this little picture, which I've also inked around. I've left the back as it was. If I put it at the bottom, it's largely going to disappear. So I could put it at the top. Like that. Which is probably going to be enough, because this butterfly is taking up the major place on the page, so you don't want to detract from that too much. So choices to make. I rather liked it when it was halfway, just peeking out like so, and I think that's how I'm going to run with it. So let's put it on there. I'm just going to take off some of the edges. Because I don't need all of those. And now I'll stick it down. Where my table is at the moment, I can't use my heat tool because the lead doesn't reach, annoyingly, to the socket. So I have to let it air dry and just be patient. So that's that one, and we're going to let that dry now. Now here's the other one that I was working on yesterday. This paper now is dried, so I've mounted it on card again, stitched around the edge, and then I've inked the edges. And this one is going to go on the other page. on this page. So now we've got a different set of circumstances. So in order to see the butterfly, we need to put it at the bottom, not at the top this time. Like so. So again, I'm going to get off the edges I don't want. It's best if you can avoid straight lines if possible, because that blends in better to the page. So I think that will fit in nicely like that. And once again, I'm going to let that dry before I do anything else. I'll come back to those when the drying process is finished. I've stuck the little picture on the tag over the butterfly, and now I'm going to add the ribbon at the top. So I'm going to make a hole with the 3/16 side of my crocodile. I'm going to put the hole there, not there, because that's a convenient space. I'm going to put an eyelet in. That's good. So now I just have to add the ribbon. And there's the tag. I'm not going to put anything else on it because the bit at the bottom just won't show. And I think that's enough. I'll do this tag when it's fully dry. It's not quite dry yet. In the meantime, I have a pretty butterfly from my stash. Green veined white. I think that's pretty enough to put here. So I'm going to make a little tuck spot of it. Glue's leaked. There we are, so that's that page. Now I've just got to finish off that side. I've added a little flower banner to this empty space, and I found in my stash these two die cuts for writing on. So I'm going to put them in here. I've added a couple of little shiny pieces, a little bit of bling to that tag there. And a small heart can sit nicely in that tuck spot. And then to this tag I've added a little fake diamond, and that will now sit in there. And so that completes my page. So thank you, Anne, for giving me the opportunity to play around with the butterflies. Butterflies are not something that I do a lot with, so I've really enjoyed it. And I love the colours. So I hope you enjoyed looking through the process with me. If you want to come back and see more videos, please hit the subscribe button. If you want to be notified when I publish another video, hit the bell, and please leave a favourable comment below if you so wish. Until the next time, bye bye for now.